Time will tell if there is one or anything like that. I have been given no details on that front.
Taylor Travis universe is serving rom-com chaos with a side of holiday sparkle. First up, Jason Kelce is accidentally teasing that Taylor and Travis might ditch a major wedding tradition because why follow rules when you can rewrite them?
However I'm involved, I'll be happy to be, and I'm just happy for those two.
And then Travis goes full cheeky mode with a Christmas sweater that fans swear is a wink at Taylor's raciest song about him. Subtlety is not in your playbook. Next, Swifties think Taylor casually shaded Joe Alwyn in a viral documentary moment while praising Travis's big life.
Travis is just very comfortable with, conceptually speaking, a big life, because he has one.
After that, Taylor spreads Christmas cheer at Arrowhead by handing workers serious cash. Then, eagle-eyed fans spot her hiding with the Chiefs wags. And finally, Travis reveals his sweetest gift yet, a bread slicer for Taylor's sourdough obsession.
I will say one of Tay's favorite gifts that I got her was the bread slicer.
Taylor and Travis's wedding is basically running like a top-secret mission, the kind where even the group chat gets left on read. Everyone's dying to know what's happening, but the couple is keeping it quieter than a phone on 1% in a movie theater. Still, a tiny little breadcrumb just fell off the table, and it came from none other than Travis's brother Jason, who, by the way, has the energy of a guy who could accidentally spoil something huge and then immediately hit you with an innocent smile like, "Who, me?" Jason popped up on a morning show recently, and the conversation drifted into wedding territory. Naturally, someone asked him the classic question, is he ready to deliver that best man speech, and does he know what he'd say? Easy setup, right? Except Jason basically shrugged in a way that screamed, "I know nothing, don't arrest me," and then casually hinted that the whole best man thing might not even exist. Like, imagine a wedding with no official squad lined up in matching outfits, pretending they're not sweating through their suits. Jason suggested time will tell whether there's a best man or anything like that, which is a pretty loud whisper in celeb speak. Translation? Taylor and Travis might be tossing the usual wedding rulebook straight into the fireplace and roasting marshmallows over it.
What are you going to say in your best man speech?
Time will tell if there is one or anything like that. I have been given no details on that front. However I'm involved, I'll be happy to be, and I'm just happy for those two.
And honestly, that makes sense. Insiders and sources say the planning is super balanced. No main character energy, no one person dragging the other through cake tastings against their will. It's reportedly more like a chill partnership situation where they're both in the mix, making decisions together and actually enjoying it. While the wedding details stay locked up tighter than a celebrity group chat, Travis is here on Christmas Day basically sliding a spicy Taylor Swift reference down the chimney like Santa with zero shame. Yep, the Kelce brothers posted a holiday pic for their New Heights podcast, and it was the kind of subtle that feels like wearing neon in a library. Travis is posted up against a bright red background, Jason's against green, and they're both rocking matching Christmas sweaters with trees knitted on them. Except these are not your wholesome Hallmark pine trees. Jason's sweater features what looks like a Japanese maple with cute little string lights. Very, I bake cookies and respect quiet hours. Travis, however, his tree is a towering redwood with just a star on top, which is basically the fashion equivalent of a wink and a nudge and a you know what this means. The brothers caption it with a festive shout out to their fans, but people clocked the real meaning immediately because the whole thing screams reference to Taylor's track Wood, the one that had everyone clutching their pearls when her album dropped in October. The song became one of the most talked about tracks because it didn't just compliment Travis, it basically gave his manhood its own MVP trophy, a parade, and possibly a statue outside Arrowhead. The lyrics get, how do we say this politely? They get very enthusiastic about Kelce's anatomy, with Taylor dropping metaphors that are less poetic mystery and more, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. And the sweater choice? That redwood isn't just a tree, it's a billboard. And with that same chaotic main character energy still hanging in the air, Swifties are now zooming in on a moment from Taylor Swift the end of an era like it's the Zapruder film, convinced she just served Joe Alwyn a little side of oops with her praise for Travis Kelce's giant, loud, stadium-sized lifestyle. The clip going viral has Taylor talking about how Travis is comfortable with the idea of living a big life because, in her view, he already has one. And listen, she didn't have to say anybody's name for the internet to start doing backflips.
Travis is just very comfortable with, conceptually speaking, a big life, because he has one.
Fans immediately took that as a sneaky little comparison to Joe, since he's known for acting work and keeping things more low-key, while Travis is basically a walking megaphone of fame, football, and weekly millions-watching pressure. And the way Swifties are reacting? Absolutely unhinged, in the most entertaining way. People online are treating that one comment like a mic drop that bounced, rolled, and knocked over a whole shelf of ex-boyfriend ego. Fans are joking that Taylor didn't just move on, she upgraded to someone who can actually handle the volume of her life without needing a nap and a quiet room afterward. Others are basically translating her vibe as, finally, a partner who gets the chaos, the cameras, the constant noise, the expectations, and the fact that her casual outing still looks like a presidential motorcade. Of course, the Joe talk pops up fast because their history is deep. Years together, music collaborations under that famous pseudonym, and even awards attached to that era. But the internet is not here for nuance when there's shade to be detected. Some fans read Taylor's comment as her acknowledging that Travis understands her level of fame in a way her previous partners didn't, because he's also performing on a massive stage all the time, just with shoulder pads instead of sparkly bodysuits. And while Swifties are still dissecting Taylor's big life comment like it's a final exam, she's at the Chiefs' Christmas Day game proving the only thing bigger than her fame is her tipping game. Seriously, Taylor rolls into Arrowhead on December 25th, cheers for Travis like the ultimate supportive fiancé, and then basically turns into Santa Claus with better hair and a platinum credit limit. She didn't just smile politely from the stands, she actually went around thanking the stadium workers who were stuck clocking in on Christmas, like she was personally running HR for the holiday shift. And the wild part? She wasn't handing out candy canes or thoughts and prayers. She was handing out straight-up cash, real money, the kind that makes you stare at your hand like you just got chosen by Hogwarts. One stadium worker, Robin Gentry, shared online that Taylor came up with Travis, wished her a Merry Christmas, thanked her for working the holiday, slipped something into her hand, and then vanished like a festive celebrity fairy godmother before Robin could even reboot her brain. Robin said her mind basically blue-screened in the moment, relatable, and when she finally looked down at what she was holding, it was $600. Not 60, not a coupon for merch, 600 actual dollars. Like Taylor said, Happy Christmas, here's a utility bill and a half. Robin reportedly got so emotional she immediately cried, especially because she just dropped a ton of money buying gifts for 8 kids. 8. That's not a household, that's a small basketball team. And according to sources, Robin wasn't the only one feeling like they just won the holiday lottery. People are calling it a real-life karma moment. Taylor literally making the whole stadium shimmer, but also making the staff's wallet shimmer too. And if you're thinking, okay, but maybe this was a one-time Christmas flex, nope, this is just Taylor being Taylor. And since Taylor's basically been in full festive mode, fans now swear she also pulled off a stealth mission at the Chiefs' glam Christmas party, like she's playing celebrity hide-and-seek on expert level. A group photo popped up from the team's holiday celebrations, and Swiftie instantly went into detective mode, spotting Taylor tucked in the background with the Chiefs' wags, casually posted up near Brittany Mahomes like it's just another Tuesday and not a scene that would crash the internet. The funniest part? Everyone's dressed up looking fancy, but Taylor's outfit is basically a mystery because she's standing at the back like, no paparazzi angles for you. Sources think the pic might have been from December 5th because the same outfit shows up on Anna Demmer in a TikTok from that night, which is honestly peak modern journalism. Forget timestamps. Follow the TikTok fit check trail. Meanwhile, the football side of this rom-com keeps chugging along because Travis, who's 36 and still taking hits for a living, stays pretty tight-lipped about what's next. His contract runs out after the season, and he's been giving the classic "I'm considering all options" line, which is athlete speak for "please stop asking me while I'm still sore." The next big clue could be whether Taylor shows up for the Chiefs' road game in Las Vegas, since she hasn't exactly been a regular at away games lately. And if you needed even more proof this whole situation is basically a Hallmark movie directed by chaos, Travis has now revealed his most romantic gift for Taylor was a bread slicer. Not diamonds, not a jet, not a handwritten sonnet, a kitchen tool that says, "I support your hobbies and also my own stomach." Travis brought this up on the family podcast while chatting Christmas gift ideas, and he sounded extremely proud of himself, like he just invented love in appliance form. Apparently, Taylor has been deep in her sourdough era, like truly living her best cottage core life, but with a superstar schedule, baking loaf after loaf until Travis is claiming he's got elite gut health thanks to her doughy blessings.
I will say one of Tay's favorite gifts that I got her was the bread slicer.
Oh, nice.
Because she's been throwing together so much fucking sourdough. Gosh.
And Taylor isn't just baking for fun, she's baking like it's a competitive sport. She's been experimenting with different flavors like blueberry lemon and cinnamon swirl, basically turning her kitchen into the tastiest chemistry lab on earth. Even funnier, she's reportedly been workshopping a special funfetti sourdough for Jason and Kylie's kids, because those little ones love anything rainbow and sprinkle related, which honestly sounds like the best kind of chaos. Taylor apparently texts her friends offering bread like it's a full-time side hustle, asking for feedback, comparing rises, and falling down sourdough blog rabbit holes like the rest of us do with true crime podcasts. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.